problem. I'm on vacation, so...
Oh, perfect.
You just only to know I'm not speaking perfect English, so sometimes I can need a little more time.
It's amazing, and I'm really grateful that you're trying to speak my language, and I'm sorry I don't know any of yours.
Welcome to Cross Paths, the podcast of the UTMB World Series. Every month, 2 runners, 1 elite, and 1 amateur come together to discuss trail running and much more. They share their passions, inspirations, and get to know each other better. Today, Zimbabwean elite runner Emily Hawgood, recent winner of the 73-kilometer race at Chianti Ultra Trail by UTMB, meets Kasia Bledkowska, a passionate Polish runner. Together, they talk about how trail running came into their lives, the solidarity and inclusive spirit of the runner community, and share great bursts of laughter as they get to know each other. We hope you'll enjoy this moment where their paths crossed.
Emily, you are 29 years old and grew up in Zimbabwe in a farming community close to the capital. Environment where hard work and merit and cardinals values. As a child, you spent most of your time at boarding school, seeing your parents only occasionally. You play a variety of sports, including field hockey, tennis, swimming, track, and field and cross-country running. In 2013, when it came to pursue your higher education, you left the country for the United States and the College of Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of studies, you met Paul Lind, who introduced you to trail running and became your coach. You continue your studies at Western Colorado University, where you earn a master's degree in high-altitude exercise physiology. In 2020, you won your first 100-mile race. Since then, you've stayed in the top 10 of the races you've entered, finishing 5th in the 2022 and 2023 Western States, 6th in the 2022 UTMB, and 2nd in the 2023 CCC. Does this short summary seems right to you? Do you have anything to add at this stage?
That's, pretty good summary. Thank you for reading it.
You've come with an object that's particularly close to your heart. Could you tell us what it is and what it's meant to you?
Yeah, so I don't have too many objects that I travel with, just because obviously, like traveling, you have little space in your bag and things like that. But I obviously have my watch for racing and recording my races. And I have a cool story and kind of a family tradition that I think of when I look at my watch. And so my dad grew up in Zimbabwe too, and my mom. In my dad's family, they had a tradition throughout the generations that when the children turned 9 years old, we got our first watch. And so that had that happened to me, and I got my first watch, not this one, but yes, a watch. And it was a cool step up in your life, which was special and just reminder of tradition and getting to know how to tell the time.
Really beautiful tradition. Yes, great.
Thank you. Kasia, you'll be 39 for a few more months. You'll soon be changing age categories in the races. That's super exciting. You live in Opole, Poland, with your 12-year-old son. What's his name?
Antoni.
Anthony? Aw, that's awesome. You work as a freelancer, writing projects co-financed by the European Union for public institutions, non-governmental organizations, enterprises, and industry. You played handball at school, but you didn't pursue your passion. Your discovery of running about 7 years ago was a revelation. Your first goal was to relieve the pressure of work, and you had no specific goals in terms of performance. You quickly switched to trail running and took part in many races in Poland, mostly 50Ks, before trying the Lavorado Ultra Trail by UTMB. You dream of taking on UTMB Mont Blanc. Do you have anything to add to this quick introduction?
Yes, I can only add that I'm really lucky person to have a chance to travel a lot and running and all happened with my love, family and friends.
That's amazing. Do you get to ever take your boy with you?
No, he's not here today.
Okay.
Because he must go into school.
Yeah.
And I can only have a vacation. But sometimes, yes, he goes
Oh.
with me.
Amazing. Does he enjoy running too?
No,
No. Maybe one day.
maybe one day. He's football player and he's goalkeeper.
Yep.
But I hope someday he will running with me.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. Or maybe you can get him to at least crew you.
Maybe.
You've also brought an object with you. What is it?
5 or 6 years ago, my son bought me a ring.
Oh.
Looks like engaged ring.
Yep.
And it means very much for me. And I have this ring every day and every night, always, all the time. And I don't put them off.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really special. Oh, so nice for you both.
Emily, you've been involved in various sports since childhood, becoming increasingly passionate about running. Did your family encourage you in particular direction?
No, I really lucked out that they let me follow my passion, and whatever I wanted to do at the time, they were fully supportive of that. So my mom, sat at swim meets with me, and she became a race official so that she could be doing something because those events take super long. Yeah, and they just enjoyed being a part of it, which was special.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
How did you become aware of your abilities? What triggered you to consider a pro career?
So running is my passion, which is pretty cool. And I lucked out that when I started, I did pretty well. But my main thing was that I just had so much fun. I remember after my first official trail race, I called my mom and I was like, I found my sport. And at that point, I wasn't sponsored by anyone or anything. I was just super excited to get the opportunity to race. And I was lucky to get the support from first Scott International and then now Adidas Terex. Yeah.
Great.
How did you first discover running? You said that it was a revelation for you. Obviously being a handball.
Since I became mom, it was always too less time for me to do something only for me. And I was looking for an activity that would help me to reduce stress and be easy to organize.
Yeah.
So running was perfect for this. I needed only shoes and a little time.
Oh, I love that. I was a triathlete before too, and had to have a bike and swim cap and goggles and shoes. So when I found running too, it was so nice. I just had to pack a pair of shoes. Did you quickly want to get into racing?
I think pretty quickly, about 6-7 months. And I took a part in the mountain half marathon.
Yep.
It was exactly 24 kilometers.
Awesome.
And it was love at the first sight.
Oh, I love that. Did you always do trail races?
No. At the beginning, I made few half marathons, but streets marathons. So
loved it.
And this first time, it was really love.
Yeah. Oh, that's special.
And who are the athletes or people who have inspired you or inspire you today?
Well, today, sitting here with you, it's pretty special and inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that we get to kind of travel the world and meet each other and get the opportunity to be inspired by each other. Like hearing everyone's stories about why they get involved in whatever they do, where they come from. You're going to inspire me to look at Poland. Maybe I'll come race over there.
It's really beautiful country.
Yeah.
You must come there.
Cool. Yeah, it's on the list.
Would you say that the farming environment you grew up in contributed to your sports mentality?
Yeah, I think more than the farming community or environment was the Zimbabwe community and environment. Every day is different. There's a lot of, different things that happen every day, and you're not always guaranteed to have what you have every day or, so a lot of being able to adapt, which is super important on the trails. If you eat something wrong, you can adapt and eat something hopefully better to make your stomach feel better. Or, if the trails are rocky, you can slow down a little bit. And so kind of that attitude and approach to life, I think, really has guided me in my trail running journey.
Now I feel I must go to Zimbabwe.
Yay.
Emily, your results have improved each time you've taken part in the UTMB Mont Blanc. So I'd like to respond to a sound extract that should bring back a few memories.
You had a tremendous battle for second place. Only a few hours ago, you went by. Helen was holding on to that second place for the whole afternoon. Tell us about the moment when you went by Helen and said, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for that finish line and hold on to that second spot.
So I've had this situation before this year. In Argentina, we were racing, and I caught her and went by, and then she passed me immediately. So this time I was super prepared. I had all my head torches on, my headphones in. I was ready, just have to sprint by her to try and get a gap. But she was amazing and super gracious, and she just said to me, I'm so proud of you. And I was like, come on, keep racing, let's go. So it was a pretty special moment. Yeah. That was at the finish line of CCC last year. And I'd been in third place for a while, and the girl I was chasing ahead of me, her name is Helen, and she's from the US too. And we had raced earlier in the year in Argentina, and I'd actually, like I said in that clip, had passed her, and she'd passed me immediately back, and then she won the race, and I finished second behind her. But then at CCC, I got really extra prepared before I passed her, and I put my headlamp on. I knew I was going to give it everything I had when I passed her so that hopefully she couldn't pass me again.
Fantastic story.
Yeah.
Do you feel a significant solidarity among the female athletes on the circuit, and that you have the opportunity to make your voice heard? Are there any athletes you feel particularly close to?
So I love that trail running is so inclusive. I got the opportunity this last week to spend my time with the Adidas Terex team, and we have a 50% split, female and male. And we all feel so close to each other. It doesn't matter who you are.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And I feel that throughout the sport. I love that the males are there to push us, to have us baby ahead of us and push us. We want to chase them and hopefully beat some of them. And I really think even just watching Killian and Courtney race, I think Killian didn't have too many people ahead of him to push him to be even better than he is. Yeah. And now Courtney, she leaves a lot of us ladies in the dust, but she has the guys ahead of her to continually chase and to push her to be better. I think it's a special sport that we get to participate in it together. And yeah. Are you used to running in a group, or do you mainly run on your own in training and anytime you're out? Who do you like running with when you go out?
Running is only for me. It's my time. It's my break, and I do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I hear the music, sometimes not.
Yeah.
In the wood, I want to hear animals, and sometimes I stay and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is time for me. And only with friends or company, I'm running in the races. Yeah.
I like that. I think I run on my own for the same reasons. Have you got to run out here yet in Chianti?
Yes. 2 times.
Okay,
yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, today I went out for my first run here, and the birds were amazing.
Only as a training, so not in the race, regular race, in the parts of this race, but only to check how the race is looking.
How can you race it?
Yeah.
Did you hear all the birds?
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
It is. I don't think I talked very much on my run today. I was running with my friend, and I didn't talk very much because I wanted to hear all the birds.
What is your main source of satisfaction is racing? Is the discipline it imposes, the competition itself, the results only?
I think, like I explained earlier, it's my passion. So I just love the joy of being out there. Obviously, at times, the pressure can get close to you. And I just try and remember that. I love to do it and I want to be out there. And that's, my why. And I love it. And I love meeting new people and exploring new places, getting to travel. Like you said earlier, is just such a blessing. Yeah.
And the race that has been the most fulfilling for you so far?
Oh, that's such a hard question. Every race is super unique and super special. I have so many memories from so many different races and so many moments. It's hard to think past like the race you're closest to. So even today, I don't think I'll forget the run today with my friend and hearing the birds and exploring for the first time in Chianti in Italy. How important is running in your daily life, even though you've explained that? But how disciplined are you in terms of nutrition? And do you indulge in guilty pleasures from time to time or skip a training session? Do you have a plan?
Like I just said, for me, running is only for relaxation. It's for me, for my free time to rest my head and clear my mind. I try to be regular, yes, because it helps.
Yep.
But I work very, very hard. And sometimes I have a couple of weeks I can't go to a training.
Mm-hmm.
I'm single mom.
Yep.
So this way my time go faster than for others people. And I need to, first, my son is my priority.
Mm-hmm.
So I work very much. Then I less try and run. So sometimes it's hard to be regularly, but I try to be. I'm looking for what I eat. That's also hard because I love it. It depends.
Yeah, that's amazing that you have your son and you get to put him first. And also, like, always remember everything you do in life is training. So,
That's true.
being a mom and staying up late and being organized or having to work, like that all contributes, even if you don't actually get to go out and run at that time. Eating, I'm glad you like it because it's such an important part of our sport. And keep enjoying it for sure. I went to college and decided I really wanted to fall in love with food. And so started cooking more and really enjoying, the process of making food. And that makes it really like an important part of my life now too. And with training, it's super nice to get done with the run, make a meal, share it with friends or have it for yourself. And obviously that helps with recovery and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's perfect.
So Saturday after running, you go to burger, pizza?
No, I don't know what I'll have. We have so many options, right? But it'll definitely be something.
What kind of discipline do you impose on yourself in your daily life? How do you plan your diet for an ultra?
I have a coach and he gives me a program every day. So what training I do. And then I also have a strength coach and he also tells me what to do every day. So I open up my phone and check what they schedule, which is really helpful because then I don't have to put the pressure on myself. They do all the thinking around it for me. And then I just make time for it. Obviously, it's my job. So it's super important, like you said, to put time aside and make sure you complete it. My diet for an ultra, the key thing for me is to make sure I eat enough, especially with the longer races. In training and in racing, it's really easy to get behind and just not be fueling yourself enough. And your body tells you pretty quick if you're not eating enough.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So just trying to get enough and obviously trying to eat good foods and lots of vegetables and good meat but keeping it balanced and having a good glass of wine is always good.
Do you strictly follow your nutrition strategy on a race or do you allow room from improvisation?
I wish I could follow my nutrition strategy on a race. I feel like every race kind of guides your nutrition plan. And so I don't let it like affect me when, something goes wrong or something's not working too right. I'll look at the table every so often at the aid stations to see if there is anything I really want. But yeah, in ultras, especially, it's nice to have a flexible plan, but also have one that you can just rely on and make sure you're getting enough calories again. I have a fun story. My first time I ran in Kenya, I had just out of my period. That morning we started racing.
Oh my.
And it was super weird. I've never had them before, but all I raced on was water, Red Bulls at the aid stations when I could get them, and Mars bars, the chocolate.
Yeah. I know.
And it was super hard for me to eat gels or anything like that, but I did fine.
I'm so sad.
What's your favorite race nutrition?
Bananas.
Yep.
Dark chocolate.
Oh,
Raisins.
yum.
Okay, it's enough.
Yeah, those are three good options.
Cola. Coke.
Perfect.
3, 2, 1.
Is there a type of training session that you dread more particularly or that you enjoy less? Do you prefer to train alone or with your teammates?
I don't dread any training. I love all parts of it, like all types, like on the track or in the mountains or long runs or just an easy shakeout. So no, I never dread any, but obviously some days, you don't feel as excited to go out and train. Maybe it's raining outside or you're extra tired, but I do enjoy all of it. And I like that quote says, I don't think I've ever regretted a run when I get out to go and do it. I train a lot on my own. I really enjoy it. Like you said, it's your time for yourself, but also it's super nice to get the chance to run with teammates or friends and hear about their day or just take it easy or go explore different places.
And what's your pre-race routine? Do you have any little rituals or superstition? Do you see mental preparation with your coaches?
Before a race, it varies a little bit because of, time of day it starts. But every time before a race, I always have a little mobility routine I do. Mm-hmm. And then I eat some food. And then I have a pre-race routine or pre-run, I call it. So a little like jump rope and some activations and like stretches. So I do that every time. And I do a warm-up, just a 7-minute warm-up. And then some drills.
Miles?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Oof.
Yeah. 7 miles would be far too far.
This way I was shocked.
Yeah. I don't have any superstitions or anything. I am a Christian, so I always say a little prayer just for guidance and joy out there. And then I don't really have any mental preparations, but both of my coaches are really good at encouraging me to believe in myself as well and my abilities and the training I've put in. So I really appreciate that. As we are talking about racing, here's an audio clip I'd like you to comment on.
Dawaj, pięknie!
No i kolejna zawodniczka.
Jak imię?
Kasia.
Jest Kasia, numer 711. Dzięki. Ogromne gratulacje. Przytulaski.
Kilka słów do mikrofonu. Było ciężko.
Piwerko, zupka.
Nogi ze stali, dzięki.
Nogi ze stali.
It was my best friend.
Aww.
At the beginning, she's very often with me on the races. And it was in the place where I ran my first ultra marathon.
Wow.
And that was 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. First ultra, 54 kilometers. And I finished this race without shoes. Last 5 kilometers.
Wow.
So it's a funny memory for me. And I'm going there every year. It's my place and I love it. And we are going there with team.
Yep.
So we stay there for a couple of days and then race and enjoy the free time in mountains.
Amazing. And it's in Poland?
Yes,
at
it's
home?
In Poland. Yeah.
Ah.
First time I am in the race in Italy last year,
Mhm.
and now it's second time in Italy, and before only in Poland.
With it being your first finish of an ultra,
That yeah,
do you think about it whenever you cross the finish line?
the feelings after first ultra. Oh my God, I don't know. It was everything: energy, proud, grateful, happy. It was everything.
Yeah,
So,
that's so special.
Yeah, it was special. Yeah.
Have you ever had a race where you got a much better result than you expected, or a race that didn't reflect how you felt before the start?
It doesn't really matter for me
Yeah.
because I do it only for fun,
Mhm.
only to go to travel and meet people and just for fun. Results, it's not for me. I'm not a pro runner, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse.
Yeah.
It depends.
Do you have like specific type of race you enjoy, like really hot ones or cooler weather ones or super technical?
Oh my God, I didn't think about it. I don't like very hot weather.
Yep.
So I feel better when it's raining than
Okay.
it's when it's sunny. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's strange.
Yeah,
I know.
perfect. No, that's great.
And I don't like night races. I'm afraid of night
Night?
and so darkness. Yeah.
Yeah. We might have to build up your training a little bit if you want to race UTMB.
Yes, I know.
You've got it. You can just watch the stars. That's really beautiful.
Yeah. Who is responsible for assisting you in races? What are the main contributions you expect from them?
So I'm really lucky and honored that my coach loves to travel too. And so he supports me in all my races, or as many as he can. And he is at the aid stations, and then he loves to cheer too. So he loves exploring the courses and finding points, he can shout from the road or
Great.
yeah. So it's really, really amazing. And having him at the finish line is always super special, just because he's put in so much time into the training as well, not only the race day. So it's kind of fun to get to celebrate together.
Yeah, you are really a good team.
Yeah. What are the biggest challenges you've faced in running? And have you ever had to pause training or withdraw from any races?
Yes, 2 or 3 times I need to withdraw from races, but it's not a problem for me. I go back there next year and try again.
Love
And
that.
the biggest challenge was this night race. This night race, it was 30 kilometers. I did it. I did it and
Aw.
I did it.
Yes.
I got this, but it was really hard for me. Night, darkness, and these voices in the wood. It was really scary. So it scares me, but I did it.
Yeah, that's amazing that you got to the finish line. Good job. You're not the first person who I've had a conversation with that doesn't like night races, and the same is
No.
scared. But there's other athletes around the world too that are afraid of night races, and maybe you could share with them how you kept going even though you were afraid.
Me?
Yes,
No.
you.
No.
We want your wisdom.
I thought about my son and my family and my parents and look at the stars, like you said, and step by step.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's how you do it for sure. Just put one foot in front of the other. Did you get to have other athletes racing with you, or was it when you were on your own that you got scared?
No, with other athletes.
Okay.
Yeah, and some pieces of race I was alone because they ran too slowly for me or too fast. But I tried to find every moment I felt better when somebody was near to me. So
yeah, that's really key too, and that's what I've said to other people too. In the States, you get to have a pacer for some of the races at nighttime, but in Europe or other places around the world, you don't get to have a friend run with you. So if you can make a friend, it really helps you get through the race. What is your dream race? The one you absolutely aspire to participate in one day?
Guess. UTMB, Chamonix.
Mhm.
So I need to be friends with night races. So
Yeah, I mean, you start at 6 p.m. for UTMB and then you go all through the night.
know.
And you potentially go into the next night, but you make friends. There's lots of people racing and there's lots of people that have gone on the trail before you and lots that will go behind you. So you have to.
sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. You just be confident that whatever was in the way is gone because everyone else has scared them off the trail.
What about you? Is there a race you haven't participated that you're particularly interested in?
Well, I'm racing that this weekend. I've been really excited to get to this area of Italy. And so getting to race Chianti is amazing. And races keep popping up all around the world that I get really excited to maybe race one day.
Are you here in your teammate?
I don't have my teammate. He was my teammate on Scott before, Cody Lind, my coach's son. So he's here with me. And then I have 2 Adidas Terex teammates too, Robbie Simpson and Danny Osans in the 50K.
I've noticed that you recorded a lot of podcasts in recent years. So what do you appreciate the most about the podcast? Do you listen to many yourself?
Yeah, I like that we get to all share our stories, and I feel honored to get to share mine. It's also been nice because people who know me have challenged me to share things that maybe they have never heard before, so that you try and make everyone a little differently because your story stays the same, but there's parts that you can share. I really enjoy podcast hosts that take the time to ask you different questions all about life, not just about running and races, just because we all are humans and there's a lot of parts
Not
to
only
us.
runners, yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So since we're on the topic of personal life and getting to know the human behind the athlete or as part of the athlete, what are your favorite activities or hobbies when you have free time between your sports practice and your work? We know you talked about reading and listening to music. Is there
And
anything?
photography.
Oh,
That's travel and photography. That's I make very often photos every day. I don't need to go somewhere in the special places to the mountains. So I like make photos, especially nature photos. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's my hobby also.
I've thought about that a lot recently too, of like the magic of like your home trails or your home life. And so hearing that you enjoy taking pictures every day, no matter where you are and at home, is there a special area to you? Like, do you have a garden?
I live in the city, but I'm near to the wood.
Oh, yeah.
So when I go to the walk or running, training, so then I can take nature photo, like every day. I have 5 or 10 minutes to the woods, so it's a great place to live and to make photos. Is there anything in your life you would never sacrifice for your passion for running?
Yeah, I mean, my family for sure. If they need me, I'll travel home as soon as I can. That's probably the biggest thing that I would.
I understand this. Yeah.
Apart from sport, what do you spend most of your time doing on a daily basis? And maybe we say apart from work too.
So yes, I watch sometimes films or series, but I also spend a lot of time with my son.
Yep.
Like a taxi driver, because we must go to his trainings, and I'm taxi driver.
I love that.
No, but in the free times, to be serious, films, theater, met with friends.
Perfect.
Just talking.
Yeah, spending time.
Yeah, spending time. And do you listen to music when you're training or even racing? And is there a song or artist that gets you pumped up?
Yes, I do listen to music. Not all the time, and it kind of varies with what I listen to.
I love it. Also, wow, great.
Yep. Yeah, I have a playlist, which I put together the second year I ran UTMB. And a lot of that, I think, it's fun when you listen to music in training and then in racing too, and you can think back to what you were doing when you heard it in training, and that kind of brings some energy to your race. But I don't have any specific songs or anything. What types of music do you like listening to, and do you have everything? I love it.
Yes, everything. On my playlist also songs from my son, so you can find everything.
Yeah,
really.
amazing.
Also rap and hip hop, but I like the most rock music. Yeah, rock and pop music.
Oh, perfect.
If I need energy, then pop music. Yeah.
Do you feel like it makes you go faster?
Yes, I fly.
Perfect. Okay, to conclude this more personal chapter, we must each draw a question at random.
Oh my God. What's your favorite quote or saying? Only sky is the limit? Yeah, something like this? Yes.
I love that. Okay, on to mine. Oh, mine says, define yourself in 3 adjectives. Positive, loving, and joyful.
Yeah. Now that we know each other a little better, it's time to play a little game. Here are 3 statements about me. Only one is true. You have to guess it. In 2021, on an ultramarathon in Poland, I got lost at the 28th kilometer and ended up rejoining the course of another race. I realized my mistake when I was overtaken by top athletes who were extremely surprised to see me ahead of them. I'd run too far to turn around and get back on the course, so I had to give up. Second, during a culinary team building event at my previous company, I confused salt with sugar, resulting in apple pie that was strangely hailed as culinary revolution, inspiring a new team recipe, Kasia pie, which no one has asked to taste again since. And the last one. Before every school handball match, I insisted on performing a victory dance inspired by flamingos, an animal I adore. Convinced it would bring us luck. Back then, my teammates were too amused to tell me otherwise. What do you think?
I think the first one is true.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Well, that sounds like quite the adventure.
It's true. It was really, really funny for me.
Okay. Yep.
Not for you.
That's a nice change to your racing map.
Your turn, Emily.
Yep. Okay. When I was a teenager, I transformed part of one of our barns on the farm into an improvised cinema, using a white sheet as a screen and a projector borrowed from school. The first screening with my friends was such a success that the movie barn became the go-to place for the village's monthly movie nights, attracting over 50 people each time. Second, I ran barefoot until I was 18. It was something quite common in the Zimbabwean countryside. Third, when I was at the College of Idaho, I started a trend on campus by wearing running socks with sandals, claiming it was the Idaho look. The trend caught on until summer photos hit social media, turning it into a viral meme.
Oh my God, I have no idea. Oh my God.
I love that my poker face is that good.
Oh my God. I think it's third.
Nope.
No.
The second one where I ran barefoot until I was 18.
That was my first type. Hush.
It's okay.
Now we come to the UTMB World Series community question received on the networks. It's a question from Patrick. Does being part of a team help with performance?
Yes. I love the support and the energy from the team, and you always feel like you have someone to turn to in good and bad times, and it's super nice at all the events you get to celebrate with each other, and you feel like you won even if you didn't, because someone else had like the best day of their life and other teammates struggled, but everyone gets to lift each other up.
Fantastic. And a question from Jennifer. What was your goal before the start of the CCC 2023?
I wanted to learn the back end of UTMB. I obviously wanted to race as hard as I could, and I got to the finish line achieving both those goals.
Thank you. And the last question is from Antonio. You crossed the finish line of the CCC with the flag of Zimbabwe. Does it mean a lot to you to represent your country?
It does, and even more to represent the community that lives there and the people, you know, my family is there and friends, and yeah, it's special to hold the flag at the end.
Before you leave us, can you tell us which races you plan to enter in the coming months?
Yes, I am racing Chianti this weekend with you, right? Which race are you racing this weekend?
73.
Oh, me too.
Oh, make some dinner for me.
And then I have Western States on the schedule and UTMB.
Right, fantastic.
Yeah. Do you have any coming up?
No, and this year is really weird for me.
Yeah.
So I didn't plan nothing. This my favorite ultra race in Poland in September. That's of course. But before I finished 40, I wanted to make a 100 kilometers race.
Oh,
So maybe in August.
perfect. Yeah.
I have time till September. So
Okay. We'll be sending you all the best wishes and vibes as you
thank you very much.
hopefully get to your 100K finish.
I hope. Thank you, Emily. It was really nice to meet you. You're a great person.
Thank you. And it was amazing to meet you. And I'm excited for Saturday to share the trails with you. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing so much of your story.
I cross fingers for you.
And me for you.
Thanks.
And that's it for today. We hope you had a great time and that you're feeling inspired to go out for a run. If so, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and share this episode with your friends, colleagues, or trail partners. Subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming episodes. We'll see you next month for another encounter.
How much time you need to make this race, 73 kilometers?
I'm not sure.
How do you think?
I don't really know. I know Joe Meek, the person who won it last year, ran it in 7 hours and 30 minutes. So 6 something would be a goal.
Wow. Oh my God.
And you?
I don't know. I need to go to Poland on Sunday, so I have...
Before then.
Yeah.
Perfect.